So today we're going to be changing the gearbox oil on this Talbot Express, and the very first thing to do is to remove the spare wheel. So we're going to be filling the gearbox oil up through, it's a bit black, but the reversing light switch, which is just there. So to make life a bit easier, we can remove this. That's a bolt there and another bolt there, and shift the air intake out. That's just that clip there and a pipe there. Get a 13mm socket on this. This nut here is a 13mm. That's that out of the way, and I'm just going to remove this and unclip this just to see if it gives us a bit more room. And the other clip, and that's not working so well, so we're going to remove this here. That's just a 14mm bolt there, so hopefully we should be able to lift this up out of the way and get it totally out. Just one more clip there, and now we can see the reversing light switch. So we're just going to work out a way of filling this gearbox up. So we've removed the wires. There's no polarity with this, it's just a switch, so you can put them on anywhere you can, but that is the order they came off. And a 22mm spanner just goes over that, so we'll see if we can break it loose, and we did. So I'll just do give that a few more turns and wind it out. Now I understand there is an aluminium washer under here, which is imperative you keep, so we'll see what I find. So that's that out, and looks like a copper one there, but it's a washer nonetheless. So we'll give all this a clean up before we put things back together. So I've just managed to get the smallest funnel out of this set in there. I've just wiggled it in. I don't think I'll get a larger one in, so that's how we can fill it up, which is always important to check you can fill it before you drain it. So I'm going to put the van on ramps. Before I do that, I just want to see if I can pull the gearbox dipstick just to get a reading, and you can just see it there. And that's the dipstick in its resting position. It's very difficult to get to pull out. Just have a little look at it. So I've got 2 marks on it, and the capacity is 1.9 litres, so we'll fill it up and see where we end up. We're just a little bit above the other mark, but makes sense because it's on ramps. So I've got 2 drain plugs for the gearbox. That is the gearbox one, and that is for the differential. So what you have to do is drain that and that, and you'll need a 21mm socket for that. So we'll loosen them off and catch it in this can. Now this gearbox has got a separating baffle, I'm told, so we're going to drain the diff oil first, and then we're going to see if we've got nothing on the dipstick. Once the diff oil's gone, I'll just carefully do that. And down it goes. It's looking very brown. I'm quite glad I'm doing this. So we've gave the dipstick a good wipe. You can see the marks there are clear, so we'll dip it again. So one dip with the differential, and it's as dry as a bone. So yeah, that advice is true. That is just for the differential. So now we'll remove this gearbox plug complete with a crush washer and see what comes out. You can see we've got the differential still dripping. Well, the good news is there's oil in it. It's not a particularly healthy colour. We're going to sort that out. And I'm just using the bottom of an oil container, probably a 25 litre, and that seems to be good enough to catch both So this sump plug is from the differential, and there seems to be a bit of metallic oil sludge on that, and that one's from the gearbox, and that's definitely caught a bit of metal there. Both magnetic, both appear to be the same size. So we're almost done now draining the oil from the gearbox and the diff, and I've cleaned the respective plugs up. That one's from the diff, that's from the gearbox. So I'm going to put them in exactly the same place, but they appear to be exactly the same spec. And I'm going to reuse these copper washers. You can replace them if you wish. Just a bit of proof there that they're magnetic, as they have a little kiss. But I normally get away with it, so that's on me, that if it goes wrong. Well, I've got the gear oil. Now GL4 is what's required. You want 80W90 to GL4. And this is GL5 oil, which is backward compatible, which I understand should be okay, but this were a bargain, so I didn't want to just buy 2 litres when I could have 5. So I've measured out 1.9 litres on this old 2 litre cleaned milk carton. It is quite thick stuff, as you can see it going down the funnel. It's taking its sweet time. Well, I've got both the drain plugs back in, and the next stage is to torque them to 30 foot-pounds. And we've got our oil ready up to the line of 1.9 litres. Now this might help us out because it can crumple if necessary. So we'll just go steady. I managed to accurately pour it. So we'll get all of that in. I think it's going to be a game of patience. And that's just about all of it in. So we'll get the dipstick. And that's a lot higher than I was expecting. We're actually there where the mark's there. So we're a little bit higher up, but I'm not worried. I've got the correct capacity oil in. So we're just going to check the plugs for any drips, and we've got away with reusing the crush washers, so happy days. And here's a closer look at what came out. It doesn't look particularly good to me. So that's the reverse switch fitted, and we'll do the airbox and the wheel. So that's everything packed away nicely. Many thanks for watching to the end. Now, one thing I'd like to do is just to measure out of pure curiosity this oil, and a lot of the information contained in this video came from the JK Towers website. So this oil's got a really poor viscosity and consistency. Comparatively, the other stuff was like treacle, so we're probably getting minimal protection from it. It's going down way too quick compared to the other stuff. It seemed to take an eternity to actually put in the gearbox. So we're a little bit short on the mark, and unfortunately it's the 5th gear that suffers if you're low on oil in these gearboxes, as that relies on splash lubrication. So we need to keep it up to the level now. The earlier ones, I believe, had a capacity of 1.6 litres, just the 4-speed. This is the 5-speed. And ignore the markings on the dipstick and just put the 1.9 in. It'd be my advice, as JK Towers have said. Many thanks for watching, and why not like and subscribe to the channel. If you catch this video early enough, you can hit like and then hit hype for me and do me a big favour.